Well, this is the class action lawsuit that we all knew was coming with the Tundra and the engine failures. But there is a twist, and the lawsuit is actually not only the catastrophic engine failure, but it's actually for something that happens in a lot more Tundras than just the catastrophic failure. Let's get into it now. So here's some details to the new lawsuit. A group of Toyota consumers is suing the automaker. The plaintiffs say Toyota sold trucks with a dangerous defect. The Toyota class action was filed in Vermont federal court. A new class action lawsuit accuses Toyota of selling trucks with a dangerous engine defect that causes stalling, delayed acceleration, and even catastrophic failure. They say drivers report throttle lag, jolting, and lurching when the defect occurs, where pressing the gas pedal produces no immediate response, followed by a sudden burst of acceleration. Now, that is not necessarily related to just the engine failure. I've seen a ton of reports in the Facebook groups where people are expressing this. They say they're in the middle of an intersection or trying to go at the intersection. They hit the gas and nothing happens. The lawsuit alleges that Toyota's Tundra recall falls short, meaning that the recall is not good enough. And here you go. They say they claim that it excludes the 2024 Tundra and the hybrid models, which allegedly experience similar issues. If you've been following my channel, you know that we see this all the time. Hybrids and 2024s, even a 2025 has had engine failures. The failure happened in 22s, 23s, 24s, and now one in 2025. When does it stop? And they've only included 2 model years so far and not included the hybrids. It's the same engine across all of them. Here's the National Highway Safety Administration. This complaint was just on January 2nd of this year. Vehicle has throttle lag when pushing the accelerator multiple times since owning the vehicle. When pushing the accelerator pedal, the engine vehicle does not accelerate. This is normally from a complete stop situation. However, I have never seen any dashboard warning lights regarding this issue. Here's another one. Vehicle had 11,000 miles on it, was just serviced at the dealership the day before. I was stopped in the middle of a turn lane trying to turn left, hit the gas to cross 2 lanes of traffic, and my engine stalled. I barely made it across the traffic, and the oncoming traffic had to slow down in order to avoid a T-bone type incident. I'm telling you, I see post after post after post in Facebook groups about this. And this is not necessarily the engine failure. So a lot of people have this problem in their trucks. Other than this problem occasionally happening, they actually run fine, and no one can really figure out why. And this one's actually a pretty scary story. On December 2nd, and the craziest part about this one is it's a hybrid traveling near Gainesville in his 2022 Crewmax hybrid. His engine shut down, lost power. He said there were a few light knocks that were heard over a few minutes. He pulled over at a gas station to check it. He said he heard the knocks at low RPM, but they were not concerning. I have no idea how loud the knocks were, but I'm telling you, any knocks in this engine are concerning. And then he said the knocks seemed to go away, which is odd. So then he gets boxed in between 2 18-wheelers, one behind him and one on the right lane. When the engine light came on and a notice stating a loss of oil pressure, he went to get in the left lane, having to pull in front of the 18-wheeler on the right side, and the engine cut power on the dash and said the engine was shut down. He said he believes the hybrid motor gave them enough power to just get enough momentum to cut quickly off the road. In the process, the truck on the right came within touching distance of his Tundra, and it was enough to knock the bike over in the back of the truck. Could you imagine an 18-wheeler missing you by that much? Toyota looked at the vehicle and they said the vehicle that they verified that it was an engine failure on this as well. It's a hybrid, still failing just like the non-hybrids. And he said his won't be available for 3 to 9 months pending repair parts. And that 3 to 9 months on a hybrid, see, the hybrid's not included in the recall, so he's going to have to get a short block rebuild. Toyota's treating this differently. Hybrids get the rebuild still, from what I've heard, and the non-hybrids get the actual full crate motor with new turbos and everything. And this is partially why the lawsuit's coming about too. There's just so many people that are affected by this, even on top of all the recalls and all the crate engines that Toyota are sending out. And if all of the Toyota stuff just isn't crazy enough for you, just imagine. Everybody knows about this, right? Anybody who watches YouTube, anybody who's even just remotely informed knows about the problems that Toyota's been having this year. But I'm going to show you crazy sales numbers. This is the best year of Tundra sales numbers since 2005 and 2007. Those are the only 2 years that they outsold 2024. So knowing everything that everybody knows about these trucks, they still buy them. So look at these numbers for the Tundra. Current year, 14,973 sales just for the month of December. Last year, they only sold 12,513. Actually, still pretty good number last year. Last year, they sold total 125,000 Tundras. This year, almost 160,000, 159,528 Tundras sold this year. When people would have the most information about the recall and all sorts of it's crazy. I think most people must assume that the issues are probably behind them and they're playing the odds and they're just saying, it's just 1 or 2%. I'll take my chances. Boy, crazy. It's stunning, I guess, to me. Either that or people just don't research that much. I don't know. Tell me what you think. So with all that said, I still wouldn't buy a Tundra. Shocking, I know. I know I get a lot of people in the comments asking me if they should buy the 2025. No, I don't think you should yet. If you can hold out at all, I would hold out or look at Ford, look at someone else. I know it's such a crappy market. You know, you've got General Motors with their transmission valve body failures, GM V8 lifter issues. Their 3-liter Duramax is okay, but it does have some DEF stuff going on, some diesel emission stuff that people don't like. The 2.7 from GM seems to be the most reliable, which is bizarre. And ultimately, that's probably it. The fact that the Tundra has its problems, I think they're a little bit bigger problems than other people have right now, or the other manufacturers have. And then you've got General Motors with their problems with the transmissions and V8 lifter issues. Now, each of those issues with GM independently aren't as bad as the Tundra issue, but you're out of truck. You're out for 6, 8, 9 months, whatever it is. Ford, surprisingly, I don't hear of as many issues with Ford's transmissions. It's the same 10-speed that GM has, but it's different programming, different valve body, and they don't seem to be having the same problems. Man, what do you buy right now as a brand new half-ton? I don't know. I think this is why people keep looking at used, and this is a big reason why the second generation Tundra is still just kicking butt. The resale for that truck just keeps going up all the time. Anyway, it's a short one, but thanks for watching. Till next time.